Do you remember what he looked like? When Crawford beat him. I'm not talking about when he sucked Kaiba's soul out or however the hell that magic works. I'm talking about right after he lost. Right when Crawford used Copycat on Kaiba's crush virus. When Kaiba first realized he was gonna lose. You remember that, don't you, Taya? Well, I do. I think it was the first time I ever really thought of Kaiba as more than an obstacle, I guess. When I got it. When I got why he damn near offed himself out on that balcony.
That look made that blank stare when he was soulless look nice. Like Crawford had done him a favor. You just lost the only chance you had to save your baby brother. Or whatever the hell he said. It was like Kaiba was begging him to get on with it. To end it.
We had, Yami and me, a dream. Before the final day of the tournament, we saw all of them. Mokuba, Grandpa, Kaiba. They were on crosses, just hanging there. And they told us it hurt. They asked us to help, begged us to help. But do you know what Kaiba said? What he asked us to do? Get him out of this. Whatever you do, Moto. Whatever sacrifice you have to make. Get him out.
Sounds like Kaiba, all right. He'd do anything for that kid. He looked like that, Taya. Like when Crawford beat him. That night after winning, he looked like that. Like his life wasn't worth half a fuck past pain anymore. Like he'd finally cracked under the pressure. He looked like he wanted to die, Taya, after he fucking won.
He was on autopilot. Damn near killed anyone who tried to touch the kid. Weren't for Detective McKinley, he'd have gone on a goddamn rampage. I swear it.
Who is Detective McKinley?
I guess he and Kaiba met at a conference or something. Right around when you left for school. Detective McKinley was on security. Kaiba was supposed to give a presentation or something like that, I guess.
How was Mokuba?
Calm so long as he could see his brother. As soon as he lost sight of Kaiba, he'd start crying out for him. Fighting off the staff and trying to find him. You would have thought things would get better once they got Mokuba sedated in his own room. Just our damn luck, that's when shit fell apart.
We were wrong, Taya. Dead fucking wrong. Okay? So he's not the nicest son of a bitch in the world, but for the love of God, would you be? We've seen guys try to kill Mokuba before, but this guy almost fucking did it.
So that shit, where the son of a whore don't even mention Schroeder's goddamn name, just makes him out to look like a motherfucking victim?
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't know, cause that fuck didn't tell you. The bastard ought to be locked the fuck up for that shit. Let's not mention the kid who almost got his goddamn head blown off cause of the competitor Kaiba chose to shoot in his own home. Cause that'd make him look like half the fuck human.
Joey!
Sorry, Taya. That just pisses me off. I think I finally get what...
Joey.
That's enough! I'm sure you meant well, but I'd appreciate if you didn't tell the story to just anyone. If you don't mind.
Mokuba. This isn't just anyone. It's...
Who? A friend? Someone I can trust? Someone I'd like to know the truth? I don't think so. This isn't your story, Yugi, or yours. It's my brother's. And it's mine.
Mokuba, you've always liked Taya, haven't you? Why would you be so upset?
I don't care if she's the crown princess of China. Do you guys think I haven't read what this wrote about my brother? I I know exactly what these people think of him, and they'll drop anything to make him look bad. Because they know people like you will believe it.
Mokuba,
I've known you guys for 3 years. And every time I've seen you, you've never had one good thing to say about him. You were the one who always had the right to insult him. Maybe the others didn't like him much, but you were special. You weren't only the worst one. You were the stupid one, too.
Mokuba!
What? You guys don't get it, do you? I know what you guys think of him. I know what you've said to him. I'm not deaf. And I'm not the one who thought he tried to kill himself at Duelist Kingdom because he wanted the stupid star chips. What was it you said to him? That his life was more important than star chips? That he shouldn't waste his life on a game? That as long as he had courage, he'd always have chips in his soul? That's what you said, isn't it?
yes, but I...
That's what you said.
Yes.
Was courage gonna save me then? Was courage gonna save Yugi's grandfather? What about Yugi? You never told him that he shouldn't waste his life on a game, did you?
No.
You never told him to look at all the chips in his soul, did you?
No.
But it never crossed your mind, not even once, that my brother might have been there for something else. That maybe he was in a tournament he hadn't even signed up for, that maybe he was cheating because he didn't have a choice. You idiots knew Crawford had locked me in his dungeon, but you didn't even think he might have been there for me. Even once?
No, we didn't. Yami did.
Well,
but...
good for Yami then. You know what's funny? You all like to throw words around my brother, like heartless and cruel and jerk and more. The funny thing is, a lot of people are like that. You guys don't think Pegasus Crawford is such a bad guy anymore, do you? Taya?
No. He was trying... He was just... No.
He kidnapped me. He starved me. He held me prisoner for a week. Then he used that Millennium thing of his to trap me in a playing card. And if he'd beaten Yugi or Yami or whoever else dueled him, he would have kept me there. He would have killed me. Me, Nisama, and Solomon Moto. But oh, it's just so sad, isn't it? The poor man lost his wife and wanted to see her again. Let's not expect him to grow up and deal with it. No, it's so sad. But he ripped a card in half. How dare he? What a child.
He didn't. He didn't just rip the card in.
Yugi, shut up.
I know. Mr. Mutou had a heart attack. I guess you guys don't care that Nisama paid to get him into the best hospital in the city. I guess it doesn't matter that maybe it was an accident. No, he must have wanted to do that. He must have planned it. And I guess you guys really don't care that he was 16. And maybe he was in a bad place when he did that. No, let's all burn him at the stake for it, that heathen. We'll save our forgiveness for psychopaths who kidnap children and keep them in dungeons.
Mokuba, We didn't. We don't.
You've lost to yourself. In the end, you couldn't even rely on your own courage. You ran away. You're the real loser. Nisama doesn't care. He doesn't listen to any of it, and he's trying to teach me that. Did you ever notice that he never said I couldn't start coming over here and talking to you guys? He never said anything about it. I'd like to think that the kind of creep you guys think he is, well, he'd forbid it. Wouldn't he?
I don't love to...
No, it's just easy. Let's all vent our anger on Seto Kaiba because he's rich, he's mean, and he hurts our feelings. Was Pegasus Crawford rich and mean? Well, sure, but he had a reason for it. Seto Kaiba doesn't have a reason. He's just evil. What else did you say back then? Yugi has friends who'll stick with him to the very end. And what do you have at the end of the day? Seto Kaiba, isn't that what you asked him? And what did he say?
He told us I have all that I need.
He meant me. But you didn't think about that, did you? You just thought he was being his good old self and good riddance to him, because why should he have a motive? Yugi's grandpa got his soul stolen too, and Nisama should care about an old man he doesn't know more than his own family. Right. That's how it works. You wanted him to be a good sport, get in line and wait for you, 'cause you got there first, even though it was his only chance to save me. You wanted me to die.
No!
No? Oh, right, Yugi saved me. Obviously, Nisama was supposed to trust you. Obviously, he was supposed to leave Yugi to do it, because he's such a trusting person. He's supposed to trust you, because you have so much faith in him. And now this? Not only is he evil, but you think he's a murderer. Again, it can't be because of me. He's just crazy and evil, and he likes to shoot people. And you think, oh, if only he was a better person, my life would be so much better. If Nisama was a better person, I'd be dead. Even though everything got explained to you. Even after you knew he was trying to save me. You still found it so easy to believe he was a murderer. Just like the rest of them. Just like everyone else.
Oh God. I'm sorry.
Shut up! Shut up! Just stop. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry my brother ruined your day again. I'm sorry he upset you again. I'm sorry I'm stupid enough to love him. I'm going home.
Mokuba. She knows. She's trying to apologize. You shouldn't interrupt her when she's trying to apologize.
She hasn't earned the right to apologize. Not from me.
He walked with purpose, swift and silent, and there was a rose in his hand. It wasn't often that Seto Kaiba could be found in Domino City's Vinewood Terrace Cemetery. He was not the sort of man to dwell on the past, on lives lost, and history's footprints. So much demanded his attention that he often had no time to think of anything else, even if he had wanted to do it. He wore a black suit, but he did not mourn. He did not cry. In the year between the death of Siegfried von Schroeder and now, he had made what would have been called a full recovery. He did not believe such a thing existed, but he also didn't care. He was himself again, and while he was impacted by that night when the world had almost ended, he did not dwell on it. He didn't know why he had come, however. The rose in his hand proved that readily enough. It was a red rose, fairly standard, perhaps a flower better suited to another sort of gesture, but he didn't think of that. It's a place to rest, Yagami Yuki had said once, when 4-year-old Yagami Seto asked her what a cemetery was.
I can't help but doubt that, Mother.
He looked up, surveying his surroundings, and found the way to go. He knew where she lay, alongside her mother and father and husband, and he thought that he would never forget. He remembered standing there, holding his infant brother as she had been lowered into the earth. Yes, he knew where she lay. But as he began to head in that direction, something else caught his eye. It was a mausoleum guarded by a stone angel. It was the final resting place of the von Schroeder family. He entered without hesitating, wondering why he would bother, but something guided him, and he chose not to ignore it. In the back, enshrined with offering upon offering of elaborate and colorful floral arrangements, was Siegfried von Schroeder. Born on the 17th of November, 1988, died on the 9th of September, 2006. He glanced to the side and saw another marker, And suddenly, he had his answer.
Leonhard von Schroeder. June 14th, 1995 to July 20th, 2005.
Seto's mouth opened, and he understood. He turned a bitter smile back upon the man who had once been a rival, the man who had made it his personal duty in life to overthrow the Kaiba family in any way possible, and Seto almost laughed. He looked at the rose in his hand and shook his head. Inexplicably, he felt a weight lifted from his shoulders. He had his answer. The final shadow of confusion wrought by Siegfried von Schroeder's final stand for victory fled Seto Kaiba's mind.
He was too good for you, Siegfried.
Seto dropped the rose in front of Leonhard's grave. The first offering the young von Schroeder had received in over 2 years. He turned on his heel and shook his head in wonder.
And I think you knew that.